Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jason. Figured I hadn't made a video in a while. I've been focusing a whole lot on school. Um, Everybody kind of needs an update. Figure out, so y'all know where I'm at, and figure out where this video goes from there. All right. Anyway, these videos so far are just me talking in front of the camera, and I lose a lot of material when I do this. I'm still kind of nervous while I do it. But anyway, uh, it's just to kind of do something different from the day-to-day grind. The Navy can really sometimes get you stressed out, and those around you can definitely cause some stress too, because everybody you live with everybody you're around. You see them day to day from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed sometimes, especially your roommates. So anyway, how things have gone is over at ATT, getting set back put me back 5 weeks in my training, which really sucked. I'm still in the Great Lakes area, which I'm getting antsy. I want to see more of the world, but that's not the biggest issue that I've gone through. So after I completed ATT, I moved to A school, and that's where I actually learned the basics for the prospective rate that I'm going in. I cannot be considered rated until I go through it. I complete A school, and I cannot put on petty officer without going through A school. So I'm in that spot where I'm really trying to get into it and just do it. But I'm doing fine. My grades are good. My classes grades are good. We're one of the smartest classes in the schoolhouse at the moment. The next class that comes in might just beat us. We don't know. It's kind of a competition between some of the classes that are going for the same rate, as we try to do some things to see which class can outperform another. We using military stuff, like nothing too serious, no hazing or anything like that. It's just some things they come up with. Man, I keep saying that a lot. Anyway, trying not to go too far out there, but my PRT had come up. I've been here for longer than 6 months. Not PRT. The Navy calls it the PFA. Those of us that are here like to call it the PRT because it's a test. It's physical readiness test to us, but it's the physical fitness assessment is what they call it. But anyway, I went through that, and my curl ups didn't come up quite where they were supposed to be. I ended up with a little bit of a debate back and forth of whether they wrote the right number down or not. Really didn't matter, because after looking into it, I was going to end up in a program called FEP anyway for the situation I was in. So I'm dealing with that. And FEP is a physical. Oh shit! What is it called? How does it go? It's a It's a fitness enhancement program is actually what it's called. And physical enhancement program. Some people like to call it the fat body platoon, because those who tend to have more weight usually end up in this. But those who come short on physical or anything like that can end up in this. It doesn't matter what kind of fitness level you are at. If something happens that causes your fitness to go down. My issue is I was focusing more on school. I started focusing more on school than my fitness. And I didn't like doing a certain workout that I needed to do to be able to perform well for the PFA. So it bit me in the butt is what it did. Like, just right there in the rear end, got me. But I started going through this. It's kind of opened my eyes on what the people are going through that are doing this program, and how it's done. And there's a couple of people I've talked to where they're actually trying really hard to freaking improve their physical fitness. They don't want to be out of the Navy, because if you don't make it through the physical fitness and you fail 2 PFAs in a 3-year period, you're out. You can't stay in. And seeing a fellow sailor lose their job because of something that is so easily obtained, it can be kind of sad. Most of us haven't failed. We just came too close to that failing mark that they decided that we needed to go through this fitness enhancement. So I had one of my sailors. He was up to run. They put us through some mocks, and they're not real. They don't hold any weight. It's just to say whether we have to stay in the program or not. And he wanted out. He knew that I ran a little bit more than everybody else, and he asked me to be his motivator to run with him while he was doing this. Now, through boot camp, you can't do that. You can't have somebody run with you and everything else. So as you get into the actual Navy, it's a little different. You can actually run. You can actually have music in your ear while you're running, and only during the run can you have music, though. But I agreed to him. I said, yeah, go ahead. I asked him, I said, hey, do you want me to just run right next to you and motivate you to keep you going, or do you actually want me to help you out, like get you pushed through this? And what the hell is going on with my computer here? Okay, that's kind of fucking weird. It's going all stupid. Well, my internet here in the barracks went kind of retarded. So, sorry if that word offends anybody, but it just kind of glitched out and did its own thing, and unfortunately, that was the word I chose. I apologize. But, yeah, I helped him out, and he ran. And he decided to basically try to keep up with me the entire time. Now, what I didn't do was take off on him and just hope that he stayed behind me. I stayed ahead of him, and as he started slowing down, I would tell him, hey, you got to beat me. You got to push past me. I would start encouraging him. I'd tell him things to encourage him. And I stayed with him the whole time. He'd start slowing down. I would put my hand out and I'd wave forward and say, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. You can't stop now. You're only halfway. You're this. I just encourage. It's slowly encouraging without pushing. You don't want to push anybody to do something that they're not ready for or can't handle. You never want to do that. And as you learn anything through life with management or something like that, you learn that you can't just force people to do things, and you can't blame them for everything, because some people need help. They honestly need help, and the only way to help them is to hold out a helping hand. And you can't just like run to the higher ups and go do all of that. Because honestly, your job is to try to make their job a little easier. So why stress out their job when all you need to do is help them out? Just say, hey, what's it going to take to get you to where you need to be? Or what's it take for you to do what I need you to do efficiently, or however it needs to get done? Yeah, you got to talk to your peers. You got to talk to those around you. And the things will actually end up falling in where they need to. But he pushed it. He fucking pushed it, and he managed to run a good enough score. He ran good enough to where it was, even though it was by 1 second, he ran good enough, and he was looking at it and was amazed that he was able to cut off an entire minute off of his time just by pushing himself that little extra. And he realized at that point in time that all he has to do is work a little harder, and he can improve himself. And he's got it. And if he can hold on to that, he'll keep going. He'll do a lot more in the Navy. He might actually make it to where his next PFA comes around. He may be better than he was this time. And those are little things that we forget. Now, I've only got a few more weeks in A school. December's coming. We're getting ready to have the go home for Christmas and all of that, which in A school is about the only time you get to do that, as to what I understand. I don't know. I just know that they're doing it here, that we get to go home for 2 weeks for Christmas, and then we're back to the grind. I go to I should be going to my new command in February, but that's going to be after I get out of A school. Hopefully I can be able to put on a crow and become a petty officer, because the whole thing about being in the Navy is not just to freaking defend your country, is to improve upon yourself and become a better sailor, a better person, and a better employee out of all. It's just to improve yourself. That's a lot of really what's going on. And you have to lean on those around you. I've got my buddies that if I have a problem, I just talk to them because they're able to work things out. There's others that I like to go out on a night and we enjoy ourselves, whether it's a few drinks or we just go see a movie or something. It's just people that I'm able to get away from a lot of the stress that happens. And then there's times where there's people I can go to when the going gets tough and I need somebody to do a job and I can only rely on certain people. That happens, but everybody around me is like family now. Granted, we sometimes don't treat each other that way. We definitely don't talk to each other that way, but we kind of have to conform to it, because if you can't really conform to it, then all you're going to do is hate your life the entire time. Now, we do have a lot of fun things that we do, but I'm a night student right now, so it's kind of difficult for me to do a lot of those. And if you want to be an FC or an ET, it's something you have to look forward to. Is there's going to be times that you're not going to get what you want, and there's going to be other times where, like, everything you're working towards seems to be coming your way. But every day is a new day, and you got to get up. And each day is a good Navy day, as long as we don't go to combat, because every time we go to combat, it's fear on whether one of our ships is going to freaking stay afloat. We constantly, all the time, we're hearing about things that happen, and there's things that are starting to happen. There are people in those areas that I know. I now know people in those areas, and it can be a scary thought at times. But I try to look at the better side of things. I don't try to stick on the negative all the time, because if you just grab onto that negative and project it just makes life even more miserable. So I try to freaking grab onto the positive and push it out there, even though it can be tough sometimes. Let's see. Oh, okay. What else can I talk about? I haven't talked about in a while. The Las Vegas shooting happened. That was a tragic. I do have a family down there, and they are all okay. Let's see, what else? I was looking at possibly trying to do some things to try to spice up these videos. If you guys can give me any suggestions on what you guys might want to either hear me talk about or possibly try to get me to do on these videos, please leave comments and let me know what's going on. Let's see, what else? Obviously, I'm improving my wardrobe slightly, a little at a time. I don't want to carry too much stuff from one command to the next. It's difficult to save money where I'm at because I get bored a lot, so I go out and I spend money, even though I should be trying to find things that I don't have to spend money on, but I just sometimes just basically throw up my hands and say I don't care anymore. I just want to have fun, which isn't a good thing to do at all when it comes to money. But that's only here through A school. Hoping to be able to change that when I get to C school, because I will have a little bit more freedom than what I have now. Right now, I'm here to learn. I'm not here to have fun. So They keep us to where we can't leave base without a buddy. We can't do anything, but that's kind of because of the world we're living in. We have a lot of attacks coming our way. There's been threats on military all the time, so we have to be careful. And most of us, a lot of people on this base are straight out of boot camp, and they don't know who's a friend or a foe, and they don't know how to determine that either, because a lot of them are 18, 19, even 20. They just haven't got the world experience. There's times I freaking don't have enough experience to deal with the situation I run into. But luckily, the situations I've managed to run into while I'm here have been easily manageable, and I can usually weigh the pros and cons quickly and get myself through it. And that's what everybody should strive for. Now it's just doing my job, getting it done, and being efficient at it. There's days I absolutely love being here, and there's days I wish I was back at home, sitting on a couch, enjoying video games or something. But it's not bad. You definitely learn the meaning of being clean, because you have to clean all the time. Clean, clean, clean. We work out. Granted, the workouts that Navy does isn't nearly as close as what the Marine Corps does. I kind of wish they did. The only ones that do anything close to the Marine Corps is the pre-buds, which are those who are getting ready to go to buds for SEAL training, to see if they can become a SEAL. And they have to work hard because they're special ops. So that's a lot of hard work for those guys. I'm not gonna try to do it. So my hands go out to all those guys as a props, man. You guys can do it. If you make it, congratulations. If not, you put your best foot forward, and you got further than I ever will. So I think this video has probably gone a little longer than I would usually do. I'm just trying to see what I might spit out there that might start some conversation, see if you guys will talk to me, what's going on. If there's anything that I've triggered, anything I've said that's caused any questions, please send a comment my way. Guys, I love hearing from you guys. Any comments, I'll reply as fast as I can, and I'll try to get more videos out as often as I can. But right now, I'm just focusing on school, because here in a couple of weeks I'll be out. I'll have a month of doing nothing, so I'll probably be putting up more videos then, and then I'll be on. I'll be going to my next command and right back into the grind of school, because I will have another 164 days of school that are coming my way. Like with FC, when they tell us that we have 2 years of school, it's just like the nukes. We have 2 years of school. Same thing with ETs, 2 years of school. Nukes, I think, are 4. Like, they're ridiculous. I've only met a couple of them here, and yeah, they say it's everything that it's been talked about. It can be miserable. It can be very hard work. They definitely are very strict about how they do things over there, and that's only coming from guys that I know that have actually gone through nuke school. So don't ask me any more about nuke. I don't really know. I just tell you what I've been told and what I've discovered on my own. The things I've discovered on my own are more for sure things. Please like, subscribe, leave me comments, especially those comments, guys. If you don't do all 3 of them, at least comment. I would like it if somebody would actually give me some feedback and let me know what else they would like to hear, what to talk about. If you guys want me to rant about something or hear my opinion on something silly or weird, I don't mind. I give my opinion freely a lot of the time anyway, so why not? Just start conversation, see where it goes. This is kind of using it as a way of getting out of my own head and helping out, helping other people in a way by talking. I'm usually more of a action kind of person, but I can't really do that right now. So, yeah. Well, how should I end these videos? That's something you guys can tell me. Is how I should end. What should I say at the end of the video that like a catchphrase, or even at the beginning of the video, catchphrase. Let's see what you guys have to say about it. All right. Try to get this a little more weird, I guess. Not really. I don't know if I'll get any more weird than what I am. Oh, jeez, they're always yelling at me. No, I'm going to probably remove that. Oh, shit. God, man. I might... Shit. Maybe I might do that. I might set up a way for... No. I might leave that for another video. You guys can let me know. Anyway, if you guys think it would be a good idea for me to set up like a PO box or something for you guys, for people to get, if they want to be generous and kind and like send me a care package or something, I can go ahead and see if maybe that might be something you guys are interested in, and then I could do unboxings and shit every now and then. Well, once a year when I get to go back home, I guess, or when I'm at my permanent duty station, I could do that more often. But it's up to you guys. You guys give me the ideas, and I will tell you whether I'm able to do them right now or if we could save that idea for another time. But really would love your guys' feedback. I have ran this video way too long, and it's freaking boring, and I know it. Oh, it's my phone, not my computer, so I need to get me a camera or something. Well, I still can't think of anything to say at the end of the video other than generic things like Hoo-yah Navy or have a great Navy day. But I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And, yep, please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye. Later.